Welcome everybody to Casual Gamer Oz F1 2017 Career Mode Season 5. We're about to enter the 10th round in Britain, and I've come in here a little bit early to fingers crossed that our final part in our engine, our powertrain, has been installed successfully. It's the major upgrade. This makes it 100%. We just got a trophy saying something to do with some assembly required, so maybe this means that it's going to have been successfully fitted and we have a 100% completion rate on our engine, and that it is the most powerful by far in Formula 1. Let's see here. And it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. And I'm a little bit nervous here. Uh-oh.
Oh, there you are.
He's happy.
So we're done fitting the next big upgrade.
Okay, good.
Test results look great.
Fantastic.
The only one left to check it out is you.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you try it out in the next session.
No worries.
You should be able to feel the difference.
Your hair's not moving very well, Jonathan.
Expectations.
Looks a bit strange. Okay, so we are 100% on the engine, folks. There we go. Increase the durability of the turbo means the pressure can be optimized to achieve greater power without incurring additional engine wear. A 13.85 bhp improvement. Part impact, ultimate, area of progress, 9 out of 9. Let's have a look now at our overall scheme of things here. And our powertrain should be full there, shouldn't it? It's 100%, 15 out of 15. And we've actually leapfrogged ahead of Haas now with that, so that's a good feeling. So finally, let's have a look here. And let's just have a bit of a gander at our powertrain. Look how far ahead we are of everybody else. We have, by far, the most powerful engine in Formula 1. We are like double the power of McLaren. So, where are we going to go next? Aerodynamics or chassis? So we can look at 1,000 there on the central under tray. So this basically increases the facility. And it's instant, it's instant, it's instant. I think we look at 1,000 there on the chassis, and we can look here on the wing, 1,000 and 1,000. So basically we can have to wait till 1,000. So it's going to take us a little bit longer now in terms to develop these other parts, just because we haven't developed the factory in these other places. Of course, we developed the shit out of the factory for the powertrain. It took us over a season to do it, but that basically meant that we were able to get those big parts on a lot faster. It only took us nearly 5 seasons to complete one whole part of the car there, folks. So that's what we focus on, and fingers crossed if we do get to change teams, we will have a look to see what they've looked at, and maybe we'll just try advancing other parts of the car. But anyway, we've come in early to do this, and hopefully we can have a dry qualifying so we can actually really test out. Now, Silverstone, our best qualifying here is 7th, and that came back in Season 2 here in F1 2017. And our best finish here in Britain is 5th on that very same race. So we're about to enter the halfway point of Season 5, and if we can cross that threshold of being in a good position, we've got a wet run. Shite. We need to stay ahead in terms of our position here. I'm guessing it's going to be probably about 12th now, given that we've got a more powerful car and we've got a few good results. So, in the 9 races this year, we have only been out of the points 3 times. So, we've finished 6 times in the points this season, which is a good start, obviously.
It's a Saturday afternoon here.
At least be full wets. No, it's inters. Alright, let's do this. Well, this is going to affect us, sadly. 15th, okay. I thought it would be like 12th or something like that to really put the pressure on it. 15th, okay. And we're going to struggle already as we get overtaken in the braking zone by Vettel. And we're already slumped down to 18th here. In the dry, I feel like we could really be pushing and challenging here. Hopefully we can have dry Belgium, dry Italy, so we can really stretch this baby out in the qualifying. Because it's been a while since we've had a pole. We've obviously not gotten a pole on F1 2017. Our best qualifying on any race on F1 2017 is 5th. So we haven't qualified higher than 5th on F1 2017. So there's a bit of a statistic for you. And I don't think that's going to be this race either, that we're going to improve on that. We're again pushing for top 15 to stay ahead of the 8 ball with our reputation points. Anything above that is a bonus. You get a lot of wheel spin coming out of the turn there. Keep it on the island through this section. Slide it there. Bad traction coming through here up into the straight towards Stowe. Still in 8th. Drop to 9th. Unleash the engine slightly. Into Stowe. We can hold on it through here. Don't let the car get away from us. Still in the top 10. We've dropped to 10th. 15th is the goal. We've moved back up to 8th. 9th. Vettel on pole. 12th. 12th.
Good work.
Sadly not in the top 10, but a better place than 15th, so positive there. We'll keep it happy at least. So Vettel, Raikkonen, Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Verstappen, same as per usual. Looks like we've out-qualified Ocon, so that will give us a few on the rival scale. We do, and our teammate obviously, so let's get prepared, and hopefully, we can have a dry Silverstone. I'm going to find out about that now. Alright, best finish as I said here, 5th place back in Season 2 here in F1 2017. And hopefully we can find ourselves up and about. I think we might keep some points until we get to 2,000 points. And focus on one of the wings and a bit of the chassis. Just to kind of co-develop 2 parts of the car to increase those a little bit as well. So that's my goal really here. So we get 70. And yeah, we're 5 points up now. It's the biggest lead I think we've ever had. And Red Bull up a little bit again. Ferrari's dropped down. They're not happy with our qualifying. Mercedes are still stalemate. When it's on that grey section, I wonder if that's kind of like locked into play there. Not too sure. Anyway, we have a dry race. So, shall we put in a new engine? As in, well, not a new engine, but as in one of the ones we haven't used. So we've used that one, we've used that one, and we've got 3 here that we haven't used at all. So I have 1 for Belgium, 1 for Italy, and 1 for here. Alright, why not? No penalty, make sure that translates there first. We may as well. Bit of power, use this one here in Hungary. And that way, if we have any troubles in qualifying and end up last anywhere, we can have a bit of leeway to go there. Alright, here we go. Silverstone, dry. Our car is the most powerful engine in the field by a long shot. How will that affect us moving forward? We've gone 3rd, 6th and 3rd in our last 3 races. Monaco obviously 17th, but that was a good performance, funnily enough. And Spain, we know what happened there. So hopefully, the halfway point here of Season 5, we can maintain this consistency and hold ourselves up into a good place as we get into the second half of the season, which will be our most defining season. Alright, we're on the inside, which is a good thing. Let's get into this. Put it up into rich revs. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Silverstone is go. We're going to cover it there in case we get a car sneaking up on the inside there. That's the last thing we need. It's a very fast, sweeping right-hander as we just get out of it ever so slightly. A lot of cars training themselves. I've got a warning there for collision with somebody. I don't actually know who that was a collision with. I didn't quite see the text on the screen. Somebody else decides to drive into me there. We're going to get ahead of this Williams to make it a little bit easier for ourselves. We move our way up into 7th place. Good start, and we're going to go about chasing our hopefully future teammate or person that we're going to dispose from that team, Max Verstappen in a Red Bull, as Bottas has dropped back behind Ricciardo. So bad start for the Mercedes driver there, as it looks as though that the Ferraris are 1 and 2, because it looks as though Hamilton is ahead of Ricciardo. And from a Ferrari fan, that's good. If you're a Mercedes fan watching these, that's not good. I'm going to brake a little bit early there, so I felt as though I wasn't going to get a good run, and that's cost me a lot of time braking into that point. It's usually a flat section if you get the part of the car pointed in the right direction, but just a little bit wary of running into the back of Verstappen, because obviously we don't want to damage the front wing, and we don't want to run into a team that we want to drive for next year. That's the last thing we need. Bottas having a look up the inside there of Ricciardo, it seems, and I think he's going to make that move stick. He does. So I've got 2 Red Bulls in front of me now. That will look very good on my resume if I can get past those 2. Obviously, they won't be happy about it, but I'm sure Christian Horner will sit up and take notice of me. Not that he isn't already. Vettel leads this Grand Prix. We've got a bit of a gap on Massa. So we now hold on to this. Catching up to these Red Bulls. Again, we have the most powerful engine in the sport at the moment. Ever so close here to our sister team. The last thing we want to do is run into the back of them. Just going to stay focused with them here. Get a good run. See if we can maybe dive bomb one down here. We've set a purple sector there, which is good. Maintaining this rich mode very close to the back of Max Verstappen here. Down the old start-finish line. We've got a good run on Max Verstappen here. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. Oh, he's got me. I chickened out there. I'm being cautious. Being very, very cautious. So many reasons here. No damage to the front wing, of course, and we don't want to take out a team that we want to drive for. All right, let's get a good run on him here. We've got a good slipstream. We've got a very good slipstream. We're going to get him into stow. Just like that. No, he's going to fight back at me. We're going to side by side. Oh, good move there by Verstappen. Gets good drive out of the corner, but I'll get him up here. My favourite overtaking spot here at Silverstone. If I can hold on to it, I can. Just like that. And that's how you overtake Max Verstappen. We move ourselves up into 6, and we'll chase down our countryman, Dan Ricciardo, and hopefully future teammate next season. So I'd like to race alongside Dan rather than Max. No disrespect to Max, but of course I'm Aussie, so I'm going to be biased, and hopefully they get rid of Max Verstappen. So we're going to push our way through here. DRS, of course, is enabled. Our fuel, we're down to 68. Just going to keep an eye on that at the moment. At the moment it seems to be okay. This engine upgrade really feeling the power on a high power circuit like Silverstone. It's definitely going to come to play in Monza and Belgium. If we can stay out of trouble in those races, well, who knows what can happen. That corner always scares me after crashing into that a few seasons ago. And we just sweep around there. Holding off Verstappen. Into stow. Clip a bit of curb there. Didn't say anything, Jeff. This weird static mantra that this glitch thing keeps coming through. Alright. I don't know why I get so nervous in these Grand Prix all of a sudden. For some reason, I'm just so sick of driving here for Toro Rosso that I want to try my darndest to make my way through. Of course, we finish this race too. It'll be 32 Grand Prix in a row that we have finished. A new record. As we find our way closer and closer to the back of Danny Rick. Alrighty. As we get closer and closer here. My commentary is really bad here, folks. I'm sorry. We get closer and closer here. Literally is all I'm saying right now. I'm going to confession to make here, guys. I've used like 2 flashbacks. I'm going to admit it. I have to admit it. Just because, okay, bear with me here. You're probably going off at me. I've done so well in this race, and once I lost my front wing against Verstappen, and then another time, actually 3 times, I'll lie. So I'm just going to be absolutely honest and open with you there. And I was feeling a little bit nervous because I'm like, oh, I'm going to lie to my viewers Shedmeister. But look, okay, in my defense, it is honestly taken me to my 5th season to use one, okay? Well, 3, okay? Just that's the starters. Secondly, doing so well, and I don't want to break this momentum coming into the halfway point because I really want to get out of this team, okay? So, if I use a few here and there for this, it's only to get out of this team with my frustration levels, and then whatever team we get in, I promise they will not be used again. So, look, technically I'm going to say my streak is still alive because it's a bit tainted, but in a way it's not because I only technically crashed out once with this, and that was just into that section where I crashed into the wall, and I said I was nervous before. So, I'm going to be an honest YouTuber, and I'm going to say that to you. I've edited around it. You probably noticed a few little fidge bits with the editing anyway. They weren't perfect edits. So, just to FYI, this is the only time I've ever done it. I will be dead set honest and say this is the only time I've ever used flashbacks. There's never been any other flashbacks used in any other races. So, there you go. I've been honest with you. I felt bad for lying, and I'll level with you. So, there we go. I've said it. Okay, this one's tainted. British Grand Prix Season 5, slightly tainted. And, again, as I said, we're trying our best to just get out of this bloody team. I'm so sick of driving Toro Rosso as we get into our halfway point of our career. So I need to move forward, guys. In any other way, I have not cheated or used any flashbacks in the way. So we'll be flat out honest with you and say that. We're going to get 6th place. I'll be satisfied with that.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
Thank you, Jeff. We've gone 3rd, 6th, 3rd, 6th. And again, yes, tainted a little bit. But that's the bottom line. So I've been honest with you there. It won't happen again. But I felt the need to be honest with our listeners, our viewers. Alright, Ferrari win.
Now it's time to wind down.
Alright, so we'll get 6 there. A little bit of a sour 6, but we'll still take it. We'll just take a look at the replay here of how it all played out at the start. I got a very good start, as you can see me cover my line there from the Force India, who gets very racy behind me. Ocon, I believe, my rival. I've just clipped the Williams to get a little bit aggressive on the Williams there. And I'm going to dive bomb down here, make a lot of positions up, get very close to Massa, collide with Perez. A few of the Force Indias getting to know me a little bit there. And from there on in, it was about chasing down the Red Bulls. So there we go. Alright, let's take a look at the standings. So I'm still there in 6th place, holding off Massa, catching slightly up to Ricciardo, but he pulls a little bit there, obviously, because he finished away from me there. So can I be best of the rest behind the Ferraris and Mercedes? Who knows? Constructors, well, we're only 4 within Force India, so if only bloody Sainz could score some points. Sauber and McLaren are the only ones yet to score again. Alright, let's see where we're going to get some points here. We've obviously got an invitation round to go as we cross the halfway point of this season. Please forgive me, guys. Just allow me this one. You know I'm getting frustrated. I've been so honest up until this point with the flashbacks. I swear I have not used any up until this point. So this has been the only race I've used them. Only race I've used them, guys. So, yeah. Just going to level with you there and be completely honest because that's how I like to be. Alright, so we will get a few bits up there. 883. Cool. What are we going to get in terms of our points? 9. How's our rivalry looking? Finish race, finish position, podium no, penalty free, fastest lap. Perfect. And Red Bull take more of an interest in us. So do Mercedes. Ferrari move off the bottom a little bit there. Williams take a big leap ahead of us there, even though we ran into a couple of their cars. And Force India, Renault and Haas. So that's what we like to see. Alright, Invitational next, and we'll see how we go there. Thank you for tuning to Casual Game Rise. I apologise again for using the flashbacks, but I leveled with you guys. I was honest. So we're off to Hungary next, of course. Won't really suit our car, but then we've got Belgium, Italy. That really should suit our car. As I said, invitation round next. Like, subscribe, comment, go off at me, completely abuse me, dislike this video, please, and we'll move forward from here. Thank you for tuning to Casual Game Rise. We'll speak to you from an invitation round. Good night.